Today I wanted to make something a little bit more practical, something that it's really easy to make, it's super creative in its process, it's just beautiful and really useful. So we will be making 2 medicine bags, 2 sleeping pillows or sleeping amulets. And here I've listed 2 pillows that we will be making and their benefits. It's a good sleep pillow for a really good restful sleep and an anti-nightmare pillow if you are tormented by negative energy, spirits and dreams. We will be covering this a little bit more detail later in the video. Let's talk about a couple of principles before we get into this most fun part, just talking about these beautiful herbs and combining them. First principle, less is more. Ideally, if you're just starting with the plant medicine, I suggest combining it just up to 3 plants. So for example, for one pillow, I will have 3 ingredients or 3 herbs, and for another pillow, another 3. This is really important because I really suggest that we always approach spirit of the plant herbs with a lot of humbleness, especially if you're just starting to get to know them, because each of these herbs will have its own energy, will have its own sort of ways of working, and you don't want to sort of overdo it. You want them to really have a space to shine and do their work. Then once you get to know them and you know their personality, perhaps you can channel a 4th one to add to the bag, and this could be really channeled for a specific person or a situation that you're creating your pillow for. Once you're really advanced, you can go even up to 7. So my favorite number of herbs in the pillow is 4, or for very complicated situations, number 7. However, number 3 is just really perfect to start with. Second principle, it's really common sense, but you need to use dried up herbs. You really want to make sure that they are in a good condition, of course from the good source, but here what's really important is that we want them to last for some time and we want to prevent mold. So you're really using everything that is already dried. Another simple rule is to try to use really natural fabric to store these herbs or to create these pillows. So I really recommend muslin cloth. So you can see that this is just already made muslin bag, and it's really nice because you can put your herbs inside and just really easily close it, and that's kind of all what you need. If you don't have muslin cloth, then you can use something that is just naturally made, organic, or as simple as cotton or silk, something that is also quite breathable. So I really recommend natural fabric. Now you can see that I also have a second one here. Now this is really optional. It's something that I love using as an additional cover. These are actually handmade little mini pillowcases. You can see that they have this cute zip at the back, a really lovely pattern, and they just add that extra luxury to the pillow. I use them especially when I give them to people or when I give them to my clients, because A, they protect the herbs a little bit better, but also they're just really sweet. The important thing is natural piece of material, and if you don't have anything like this at home, you can use even as far as just old cotton t-shirts, and then you can make a little ball, wrap it around with something, and that's also a medicine sleeping bag. So you really don't have to make it too complicated if you don't have exactly bags like that. Last but probably one of the most important principles is that when you make these pillows, you really need to make sure that you make it with a really good intention for whoever you're creating this, either that's yourself or somebody else. You really approach it with love. Try to choose the moment that you feel relatively good and grounded, and that you also healthy yourself. You can sing during making these pillows, you can play a lovely music in the background, or you can do it in an open space, probably as long as it's not windy, otherwise you may lose all of these herbs from your table. But it's really important that you do it with the right energy, and you will be putting your love into that pillow. You're working together with the plant medicine. So plant medicine is the key ingredient here, but a second element that is really important is your love, is your intention, is your energy. And by combining these two, we will make a really great, powerful sleeping pillow. Let's make the first pillow, and for this one we will use those three beautiful plant spirits here. So we will have a beautiful chamomile. Every time you just want to sort of relax in the evening, you would most likely reach out for chamomile tea. It's something that I think everyone is familiar with, and it's just so comforting. And I love the spirit. It's just representation of the motherly energy. Of course, lavender. Lavender is just beautiful in terms of its fragrance. It's just so incredible, the way it looks, the color, the smell. It's got beautiful properties in terms of stimulating a little bit of our psyche, but if you use the right quantity, it's also very relaxing. It's really very calming, and it protects you from negative energies. It invites like a high vibration. It's like these beautiful amethyst crystals. It really links to the highest angelic realms, beautiful energies from the upper world. Whenever I see amethyst, I always think about lavender. They really beautifully go together. Finally, we have hops flowers. Oh my dear, these are just so beautiful, and these are the one that will make sure that we have the most beautiful deep sleep. They have beautiful flowers and like a yellow powder inside. They are absolutely amazing in its magic. So this one, it's really to ensure that you have deep restful sleep at night. You can see in the first bag we're going to be combining this three. So high vibrational relaxing lavender, really strong hops flowers for deep restful sleep, and motherly love and soothing chamomile. So worth noting that lavender has an intense fragrance, and it's not always for everyone. If fragrance is too strong for you or somebody else, you can simply either reduce the amount of it or replace it with something else. And I really recommend replacing it with rose petals, because they again have this really beautiful vibrational, high vibrational energy. They smell amazingly, deliciously, but at the same time they connect to that idea of just protecting somebody with that motherly love. If you don't have petals, you can also use rose buds. And I'm really tempted to add that these ones are linked to Mother Mary and her beautiful protective energy as well. Roses are flowers of Mother Mary, pretty much similar as rosemary, but obviously the energy is slightly different. So please use rose buds or rose petals instead of lavender if you feel like the fragrance might be too strong. Our second pillow, it's a little bit of an upgraded version of the first one. It's still a pillow for sleeping, but this one is especially useful to ward off any nightmares and to really protect from strong negative energies, but also to not block your psychic development. So this is, for example, if you're really going through something like a transformation or psychic awakening and you're being really bombarded with lots of dreams, nightmares, spirits, and perhaps it's a little bit unsettling. So we're going to be using a bit stronger herbs. Our herbal base for this pillow is beautiful bay leaf. I find bay leaf to be very masculine energy, and to balance that I have also magwood here on the other side. Magwood is absolutely amazing for vision, for dreaming work, but also very protective. It's also very motherly, like chamomile, but it has a little bit stronger touch to it. It's mother bear energy, like when it comes to danger, when it comes to protecting a child from negative energies. And finally we have rosemary. I mean, rosemary, just look at the name itself as well, Rose and Mary. And that is a beautiful blend for me between feminine and masculine energy, because rosemary on one hand I see as a masculine, and then also it's a Mary, which is Mother Mary's herb as well, with roses of Mary. These herbs, combining them in a pillow, will just give you beautiful, beautiful protective energy. And of course, once you make these bags, you can even charge them with more energy and power by perhaps smudging them, charging them with moon, drumming if you use drums or your instruments, play a lullaby to these bags. You can also ask your local shaman or a local healer to really sort of intensify the medicine, to connect with these beautiful plant spirits, to ask them to help the person you are making the bag for. I'd love to hear from you. Which bag will you be making? Or perhaps you've already made similar but using different plants. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share or subscribe if you are new to it, because my channel is very small. I would really appreciate any love from your side. So thank you so much for watching. Lots of love, stay safe and stay joyful. Bye for now.